Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pleasantly Positive Show. Oh boy, I'm already crumbling. I'm your host, Savvy, and with me today is HoneyBee, who I just call Bee. But hello, how's it going? How's it going, HoneyBee?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I we basically had like a really big long conversation before the show even started, but yeah, no, I'm really excited to have you on. I was actually trying to think back earlier about how we met, and wasn't it
Oh,
through
Paladins, maybe?
I think it was Paladins, but I think
I
it
think
was
it
like
was.
I think either you or me we rated one. What it was one of the ways we rated each other because we were streaming Paladins. I think because I definitely didn't meet you playing
Oh,
Paladins. I don't think.
that's probably what it was then. Man, that was so long ago.
I know it's weird to think about because I feel like oh I haven't known B that long, but then when I think about it, like it was kind of like a while ago.
I think it might almost be a year ago.
I think so. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
So,
I'll
yep.
have to
Yep.
I'll have to go on your channel and look at when I followed you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Oh, I
do you
miss
still?
Paladins.
I was gonna ask, do you still play any Paladins?
I think I might have played maybe like a month ago. I played
Okay.
and it was pretty good. Same old
Mm-hmm.
Paladins.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do miss it. I do miss it. I don't think Paladins get the love that they deserve.
No, I have a friend who plays. Like, I have a lot of friends actually that play a lot of Overwatch, and I'm always like, you should try Paladins, and they're like, I don't know, something about it, I don't like it, and I'm like, it's the same game basically.
Literally, it is literally the same thing.
Like, just
Yes.
imagine a free Overwatch, and there you go.
Yeah, yeah. They're very similar. I mean, they're different, but they're very similar as far as, the like the team based. But
Mm-hmm.
and people always debate over, Overwatch versus Paladins. I'm like, look, they're similar in like the team based, but it's they have a lot of differences too. Like,
Yeah,
Paladins is definitely more customized than Overwatch is for sure.
yeah,
I
I
think
could say
the
that.
niche is
You can customize a lot of like little things with it. You can like make it a little more personal to yourself, I feel like.
oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
And also, like
yeah.
I know a lot of the heroes or champions. They got some that are pretty similar to others, but then they have some that are just like their own completely. Like there's no other character like them. That goes both ways. You know, Overwatch and Paladins got that, and so it's not like they're just
Yes.
ripping character designs or anything like that straight out. You
No.
know.
No, I don't think so. No. They're unique and like similar in their own way, but yeah. To me it's like if you like that style of game, then it shouldn't matter if you're playing like Overwatch or Paladins. If you like it, if
Hmm.
you like the kind of game it is, then why does it even matter? You
Yeah,
know?
exactly, exactly. Especially like there's something I don't really like much of the other modes, and this comes to like any kind of like the payload. I don't know what it is in Overwatch, but you're just like push like you try to capture a spot and then push that payload. Uh, that's my favorite mode. Like that's my favorite mode in Overwatch. It's my favorite mode in Paladins. And then I don't know if you've played Ubisoft's new X Defiant, but they have a mode that's like that too.
I haven't tried it yet.
It's really good. You should try it. I
It
don't know how you
reminds
feel
me
about FPSs, but
well, I played COD for like 10 years,
okay.
probably longer than that. So, and when I look at X Defiant, that's kind of like what it reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
like, it reminds me of Call of Duty. Probably better because COD has changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, I would say compared to modern COD, I think it's a little better in my
Mm.
opinion.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of that old school Call of Duty.
Hmm.
Um, so for that, I think I would definitely try.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it a try because I've downloaded it on my Xbox. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forget that
try
it's
it.
on console too.
Mhm.
Did you ever play any Black Ops 3?
I did.
Okay, yeah, it gives like really heavy Black Ops 3 vibes, because I think Black Ops 3 is when they first introduced the whole specialist thing where like you kind of had
Hmm.
like a you was it LB and RB at the same time, and you got your big ability and everything. And it
Yes, yes, yes.
mhm.
And whenever I look at it, that's what it kind of reminds me of. Like it's like God, it reminds me of Black Ops. Like
Yeah, art
nothing
style's
like
similar and
mm-hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So
So
it's kind of like a blast from the past, but it's still new and it still has like, new features in gaming and whatnot, so it's nice.
okay. Yeah. I'm gonna have to give it a try. I
Sure.
did download it on my Xbox, just really hadn't had a chance to play it yet, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I
Try.
always see you're playing Fortnite.
Dude,
Whenever
I
I'm
play
just like,
Fortnite with my husband and my best friend, and yeah, between Fortnite and Diablo, that's
mhm.
pretty much where I live right now.
Yeah, it's usually like you're streaming Diablo, and then I see you playing Fortnite just off stream a lot. I feel like.
Yes, I can't play Fortnite on stream. I
Do you
can't do.
just do you not like it, or does it like kill your computer, or?
No, it makes me nervous to play,
Oh,
honestly. I get nervous. I play so much better when I'm not streaming
mm,
Fortnite.
that's
Hmm.
fair. I feel like I want to say that's me with any game, so everybody could just believe I'm better than what I really am. But but no, I definitely get that, especially like because like you can kind of get in your head a little bit, especially if like you do have like one bad game or a couple bad games. You're like, oh, I suck, and everybody thinks I suck.
Yep, yep, that's exactly what I do. Yep. I was like, no, yeah. I play so much better when I'm not streaming. So anything else like Diablo is, I mean, it's a dungeon crawler like ERPG. So I'm okay if I die while I'm playing it. I was like, I'm coming back. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And,
too much
and
pressure with Fortnite.
yeah, and I was gonna say like, and when like I feel like Fortnite for me, especially off stream, like it's just such a goofy game that I don't
Mhm.
mind just like sitting on top of a building dancing for 5 minutes until somebody finally notices me. And I don't want to do that on stream because that's not very entertaining, you know?
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of loses that charm to it when you try to stream it. I feel like you feel like you're almost forced to be like a little overly competitive instead of kind of just
Mhm.
goofy and wacky in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody, you feel like everybody expects you to be like, the other Fortnite streamers. Just bad at the game. I mean, not bad, but just awesome
I
at the game. I'm like, no,
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, like you're getting a clip every game or every other game or something like that.
no, that's definitely not me.
Yeah. How do you feel about? We're gonna get started on our on our positive moments in a little bit. But how do you? Well, we gotta get the game talk out of the way first.
I know.
Do you? How do you feel? Have you played the new season at all?
Yes, yes.
How you
For
feel about it?
Fortnite?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I did not like it at first.
Really?
I did not. The cars were just way too overpowered. Way too overpowered in
Yeah.
the beginning. But you can tell that they've nerfed it a little bit. So it's not as bad now that you have,
Cool.
yeah, just a little. But you have some counters now. Like you have the laser gun, you have
Mm-hmm. The boom bolt,
they've
the
increased the damage on the
crossbow.
crossbow, yeah, and then you
Yeah.
have the boogie bomb. So
Mm-hmm.
that makes it a little better. And they reduced the health, I think, on the cars as well. So
Yeah, no, you couldn't touch the vehicles when they update first. Like if you weren't in a vehicle, you were gonna lose.
you're pretty much screwed, yeah.
Yeah, but I've been kind of like going the opposite way, where like it's mostly because I got in a vehicle my first few games, so I was like, this is
Mhm.
amazing. I'm not dying and I'm killing everybody.
Mhm. Yep.
uh, but now I'm like, okay, I don't really want the cars anymore, and I don't have to fight the cars, and now it's like,
Yeah, yeah, you
so.
get tired. I watch a few Fortnite streamers, and I literally watched this one streamer kill all of his kills was like in the car. He
Yeah.
sat in the car the whole time and killed, and he was like, "I just sat in the car,"
Yeah, like
and just killed everybody.
it's so easy. Like especially like you can and what's neat, I do like this, but also it sucks because it's hard to fight him if you're not in the car. But like you can solo the car even if it's got like a turret on top. You could just switch
Mhm.
to the passenger seat really quick, shoot some grenades or shoot the turret, then switch back and drive again. Like,
Yeah, now that's the one thing that I can't do. Because I play on keyboard and mouse, I cannot drive a car in Fortnite to save my
oh
life.
no, I didn't think about that. Is driving
It,
keyboard and mouse hard?
well, when I switched over to keyboard and mouse, driving cars was one of the things that I didn't try. I didn't try to learn it because I'm like, mm-mm. This is
Yeah.
not gonna go over well. So I
Hmm.
avoided it at all costs. And it's like now with this season, I can't really avoid it so much. So
No.
every time I'm in there, and my husband's always like, "Oh gosh, honeybee's driving." I'm like, "Look, it's a challenge,
You
okay?
gotta you guys gotta deal with it.
We're gonna
um
flip over a few times, but it's okay. We'll
yeah,
be
you could
fine."
yeah. Oh well, so that does get me thinking because like I know a lot of like GTA 5 people that play on PC, but then anytime they do a race, they switch to controller.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, or especially if you're trying to like fly a vehicle. I don't think I know flying on keyboard and mouse and like a lot of games is kind of ooh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see controller would be so much better. I mean, if you can do it on KBM, like that's awesome. But
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like people that can play. I don't know if you've played Rocket League. That's like people that can play Rocket League on keyboard and mouse. I'm like, I don't know how. I've tried. You guys are crazy. I.
so you play on controller?
Yeah,
Oh, awesome.
yeah. No, you. I got it right here.
I
I've
can't play
got
Rocket League to save my life, so
I've
I
got
always
three controllers on hand.
like three. Oh goodness, yeah. Anybody that can play any sort of like car games,
Hmm.
I admire that because I can't do it. But I love to watch,
Yeah,
but I just can't do it myself. So.
yeah. Well, I'm a little biased because I even like I play my FPS shooters on my computer with controller too. So
Mhm.
I just don't do M&K unless I have to. Like Valorant
Okay.
or basically any game that doesn't do controller support, then I'll do it of course. But
Yeah, I actually whenever because I just switched over to PC back in, was it 2022 maybe? Like summer of 2022. So Fortnite was actually one of the first games that I learned how to play keyboard and mouse. Like,
mm-hmm.
and I practiced. I mean, I would get up sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning and I would just play Fortnite. And this was before they even brought zero builds back. So I was, trying to
Oh
learn.
boy,
Yeah,
yeah.
this was before zero builds. So because zero builds hadn't been out for very long. I think maybe 1 or 2 seasons after I started on keyboard and mouse is when they introduced zero builds.
Mm-hmm.
Are they? Yeah, they might have
That's
just introduced
crazy.
it
So you could
because
play build keyboard and mouse? Are you good at it?
I'm not good at it, but I can
Okay.
survive with it.
Okay. Well, that's better than I could do. I don't think I could even like place a wall on keyboard and
Yeah.
mouse.
I learned, I went into creative mode and I practiced. And then once
Nice.
zero builds was out, I was like, I'll just play zero builds.
Yeah. I'm
But I
curious to
actually
see.
still play builds.
Really?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
I don't think I've touched it since they permanently left zero build in the game.
Really?
I think I've
Yeah.
accidentally queued into builds before, but besides that, like I'll literally go 15 minutes in build not having built anything, and then I'll just walk around and I'll see a sky tower, and I'm like, wait, am I playing build right now? What?
Yep. I actually I switched to build more a little bit more this season. Um and towards the end of last season I'm like let's play builds because I kind of missed it. It's like I
Yeah.
learned how to build, all that time and now we have zero builds and I don't use it as much, but I'm like, yeah, every now and then I'll jump into builds and practice. That muscle memory is still there, so that's good to know.
Yeah, no, builds is fun, and like since I don't really play it that much anymore, when I do load it up, it is a little nostalgic. Kind of takes you to that first time you were playing Fortnite, trying to build
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But I just like anybody who's playing builds nowadays, since zero builds available, they're just really good at builds, and
Mhm.
they're just getting like edit shots on me where like they edit a window, shoot me, then close the wall again, and I can't function like that.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved from like the very early Fortnite
Hmm.
days. So, but yeah, no, I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I'm not good like that at all. If I'm gonna shoot you, I'm just gonna break your wall down and just go after you.
Exactly. Yeah, like I'm gonna just unload my entire clip into the wall till it
Yeah,
breaks. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Yep. That's pretty much it. Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. Are you ready to talk about
Yes,
our
yes.
weekly highlights? Yeah. Game talk is over for now
Game
at
talk's
least.
over.
Alrighty. Do you want me to start? or
Yeah,
would you
you
mind starting?
you want me to?
If you don't, if you're comfortable with it, if you want me to, if you want me to lead, I can.
Yeah, would you lead. Yeah,
I
you
got you.
take
I
the
got you.
reins.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Yeah. So, uh, the first thing that is on my list, it actually just happened yesterday, but it's probably the highlight of my week. Is I got my hair relaxed, and of course I put it up, but I got my hair relaxed.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we
Yeah.
have to talk about this.
Yeah. So, you know, I've been growing my hair out for probably 2 years now,
Uh-huh.
and I don't like my curls. I really don't.
Really?
No, I hate my curly hair. I don't want to say I hate it, but it's. I was trying to like talk to my stylist about it because she was like low key trying to convince me to do otherwise. She's like, "Your curls are so beautiful," and I'm like, "But you don't live with them. You don't know." It's just like the best way that I can describe it is like as soon as I love to like I'll style my hair like while it's curly and I'll love the way that it looks, and then
Mm-hmm.
any kind of movement that I do, I bend over to pick up something, I step outside and the wind takes it, it will not go back to the way that I had it, and the
Mm-hmm.
more that I mess with it, the more it wants to poof out, and then eventually I just look like I'm a mad scientist, and and so it's so frustrating, and then it gets all it's so tangled all the time, and I have to rip so much of my hair out, like even when I'm trying to when I'll spend time detangling it, and then there's a part that I'm just like there's no way I'm detangling this, and I just have to choose to rip it out and everything, and
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
so and when I made the decision, like, I'm gonna grow my hair out, I always pictured myself with wavy to straight hair when I was
Mm.
imagining it in the first place, and all the
Yeah.
hairstyles that I was like, I want to look like that. It was always straight or like wavy, kind of.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I pulled the trigger yesterday. It was really cheap. It was like 2 or 3 times cheaper than my keratin treatment that I got. That didn't do anything for me.
Uh-huh. Oh wow.
It's like $70.
I always and I mean, as a curly girl,
Yeah, yeah.
thinking back, like back then when I would get my hair relaxed before I actually went natural,
Hmm.
um, I wondered, like, I always wonder now, since I mean, because I've been natural now for like, whew, 12, maybe 13 years.
Yeah.
Like I chopped all my hair off back in like I think it was like 2011, 2010, because I had such a bad experience with the last stylist who actually relaxed my hair.
Hmm.
The relaxer was way too strong
Yeah.
and it took a lot of my hair out. So she had to
That's
cut
not
it down
good.
really short. And this was especially after I said, I feel like my hair is coming out. She's like, no, it's okay. I was like, okay.
Are
And
you
then after a
sure?
while, yeah, and I'm like, okay, if you say so. But then after a while, when I went back to her, like I think the last couple times, I'm like, yeah, my hair is coming out. It's really short. And then she looked at it and she's like, yeah, it is getting a little thinner. So it's like, just cut it off. So
Hmm.
whenever she did that, I just
You dropped it. You were
got,
done.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
stopped with relaxing. And I think that was during the time when natural hair was actually starting to become a movement. Like, a lot of women were starting to just grow out their natural hair because my sister was one of those and she was like, why don't you just grow your hair natural? I was like, I don't want to relax my hair anymore, at least not anytime soon,
Hmm.
because of what happened. So I just started growing it out natural, and it does it it's definitely a journey.
Yeah.
Even now, like, there's so many, because it's evolved over the years. There's just, so much more information out there now as far as how to take care of your curls, and it's still a journey no matter if you're on it for like 2 years or 20 years. It's
Hmm.
just it's a lot. It is a lot. It is, I don't want to say it's high maintenance, but you really have to be dedicated
Yeah.
to taking care of your curls because they're so fragile.
They are, and it makes me
They
feel bad
really
when
are.
I am trying to like wash my hair and I'm ripping everything out, and it's only ripping because it's so tangled, and I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
sorry, like I'm sorry this is happening.
Yep, yep. So trust me, I get it. I totally get it. I get it.
Hmm. Well,
But
I told myself if I don't like it, I'll just let it grow back out, and
hmm
I'll just and it'll look a little funky, but I'll just chop it up as it as it grows out,
yeah,
and I'll just chop up
mhm,
the relaxed part of it, and I'll
right.
figure it out from there. Um, But yeah, no, the thing about this treatment and my stylist, she was awesome. Uh,
Mhm.
she was great, and I loved her to death. Um, and she was like really like what was nice is she's like, I just want to be forward with you. Like, I haven't used this product before, so I can't say like how it's gonna do or anything like that. And she's like, I just need you to know. I had to sign a waiver, like, you might get burned, you might lose your hair, you might die. Like,
Oh, oh
yeah, that was on
gosh,
the waiver. It's like, yeah, it's like you don't hold them reliable for like blah 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 blah, including death. And I was like, okay.
goodness.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, and so it was actually this one. There was like three different ways that you could do it. You could do it like you can do heat treatment, which is like if you want your results to be like pin straight hair, and then you can do
Mm-hmm.
cold treatment, which is if you just wanted to like kind of smooth it and almost make it as if you got like more of just a keratin treatment instead of actually like I want it like pin straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's actually a curling treatment for it. Like
Oh,
this like same
wow.
product, you could do like a curling treatment for it. I think you like kind of set it in with curls, and it holds it like that.
Interesting.
We didn't talk about that because obviously I didn't want curls. So, but
Right, right.
that was one of the three options. But I did the cold treatment, and so far, I mean, my hair, it feels great. She was like, besides like the normal amount, since you didn't shampoo, she's like, besides like the normal amount of hair that would come out during any kind of hair wash, like she
Mm-hmm.
said, it looks healthy, it feels healthy. So
It
we'll
definitely looks healthy.
yeah, we'll see when I do my first wash Tuesday whether or not the results are real. Because obviously, I mean, she didn't even actually like straighten it afterwards. She just blow dried it, and this is like the
Mm-hmm.
result that I got. So hopefully that's what'll happen Tuesday when I take a shower, and well, I'll shower before Tuesday. I would like to say, but you know what I mean.
No, I
Wash my
know, I get
hair.
what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Highlight of the week was that.
wow. That's a big highlight.
Yeah.
That really is
Yeah,
interesting.
I was excited for it, and this whole hair journey thing it's always been a try. I don't want to say trial and error because there hasn't been error, but it's always been a trial. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, it's just an experimentation in the first place, and so I was like, listen, if I like don't love it or my hair falls out, I think it's worth the risk. So
It's hair. It'll grow back.
yeah, I was like, it'll grow back as long as they don't burn my scalp. I'll be good. No, if and I didn't feel like any kind of burning, tingling. She's like, if you feel tingling, that's normal, but burning, like, you tell me, really, like. And I was like, I don't feel anything. This feels good.
You know what? And oh my goodness. And whenever you said that, and I'm thinking back until when I used to get relaxers in my hair, I would think the burning. I guess some part of me used to think that that was normal, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who ever thought that.
No, probably not.
But now it's like, no, that's not normal.
Yeah,
When I think
yeah.
about it now, I'm just like, no, I probably should have said something. But I mean, I even when I was relaxed, I really didn't have like any scalp issues or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always took care of my hair, whether it was like long or short. And I was always mindful about people who I would allow to do my hair. I was just at one of those moments where I really hadn't had my hair professionally done in a while and trying to find someone to do it. And I put my trust into this person who made all my hair fall out. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all good.
I could imagine not wanting to go back to that after that experience in the first place. Like, yeah.
But I can't say that I never thought about it in the last few years because
Yeah.
I've thought about it. But no, I like my curls. I've learned to.
I think I've only gotten to see your curls a handful of times.
Really? I
Yeah.
keep my hair like protected a lot. Just because I'm what you call a lazy natural. I'm very lazy. Very lazy. I'll wash my hair and then I'll put it down and then I'll just like, yeah,
It's
keep
there
it
it
tucked
is.
up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
um yeah, so there's that, and then I'll try to knock out these other ones really quick. But basically, this actually also happened last night. But I wanted to put it down was I got Diamond in Rocket League. I was playing
Sweet.
ranked, and Diamond's it's not impressive. It's just something that makes me happy.
Impressive. No, that is very much impressive. Look, I've seen you play Rocket League. I've seen
Oh
others play
boy.
Rocket League, and I'm like, man, it is super competitive.
It's
It
yeah,
really
it like
is.
it's hard to not play it competitively. You know what I
And
mean?
yeah,
It's not it's hard to not just be like, oh, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna goof around. Like it's really hard to do that in that game.
you can.
You're always leaned forward. You're sweating. You're tense. Like there's no
Exactly.
unless you're doing like one of the party game modes. That's how you have to play it.
Yeah, I tried with some friends a few years ago, and I'm like, oh, it's not really for me. But yeah, it's super competitive. So that's
Yeah.
really awesome.
And what I think what I love about it so much is there's so many mechanics to it, and like I've been playing since I think 2016, and the
Hmm.
game has changed so much since then, and there's still always new mechanics coming out, and there's still a plethora of mechanics that I for one don't even know how to do, and then some that I just like need a lot of work on, and I find that interesting, and I enjoy that. Like I like, oh, I've been working on this kind of shot or this kind of this kind of movement, and I find that exciting about games. So like when I can kind of deep dive into a game like that and like really
Hmm.
find where I can improve, and there's like clear, like I clearly can't do a musty triple flip off the wall. Let's work on that. Where it's like Call of Duty, it's just like, well, if I want to get better, I just got to have probably a better sensitivity and better reflexes kind of thing, and maybe map awareness. But I don't know. I
Oh,
like that there's like clear defined like these are your skill gaps. This is why you're losing or this is why you're winning, and
that's pretty awesome. That's very much impressive.
yeah. So you said it wasn't for you though when you tried it?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not for me.
Yeah. I would you should just for one stream one day you should load it up again and play a few just to see how you would do.
I'll try. I'm definitely gonna have to pull out the controller if I do that.
Oh yeah, no, please don't
Yes.
play MNK.
Oh goodness. Yeah. No, no mouse and keyboard for that one. But yeah, yeah. I think I would try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be your doubles partner.
Okay, that sounds great.
Or a little or even a little easier would be 3v3s as well. You could find somebody else to join up. So I had that, and then this has like happened just a couple times throughout the week. Do you know the musical artist Noah Khan?
I don't think I've ever heard of them.
Shame. Uh, um, yeah, he's my favorite musical artist, and
Okay.
I have like a couple of like his concert shirts, and actually the tattoo that I don't know if I can show it to the camera, but the tattoo that I have is like one of his song lyrics,
Okay.
and I've had a couple guests come in and like recognize my shirt or recognize the song lyrics, and I've just kind of gotten to talk to them about it, and it just brings me joy talking about him and his music. So I've had that happen a couple times throughout the week. That was kind of a highlight of my days when those happened.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and then my very last thing is I tried a new local brewery that I've never been to here before,
okay.
and it was good. It was nice. My friend works there, and it was just nice getting to see them. And then I had like a cider. I'm a really big cider person, and
Okay.
so it's since moving back to Florida from Maine, I haven't been able to find like a good cider that isn't like Wicked Grove or Wicked Apple, whatever that really terrible brand is.
Heard of that, I think.
I it's like the logo's like literally an angry apple, and
Yeah.
it's so sweet. It's like it's just beer with a lot of sugar in it. It's not cider. I'm
Oh,
sure it is actually cider, but it just tastes like beer with a lot of sugar in it. And yeah, so that I did that. That was great. I found a cider that I really liked there, and yeah, so that was nice.
hey. Those are
Yeah,
awesome. Awesome highlights.
yeah.
I don't
Um,
think mine's gonna be as I may not have as many as you do, but I might have a couple.
yeah. Would you like to go ahead?
Sure. Okay. So one, I guess the one that would stick out the most for me is I actually took the time to do some exercising.
Yeah.
And I know that that may not sound like a lot, but um, I have been on this whole mind, body, and soul kind of journey for a few months now. And one of the hardest things for me to get back into was going to the gym, like
Mm-hmm.
just getting back into like a steady workout. So I didn't go to the gym per se, but I went to the gym. I was on the outside of the gym, but they have
Yeah.
a really nice walking track,
Mm.
like gym that I used to go to. So I really had to um give myself a pep talk, like just pump myself up to be like, put your stuff in your bag when you get off from work, go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is, it's like once you get started, you know, it's easier to keep up, but it's that first initial, I gotta get back into it.
Yeah.
And I was actually able to do that twice this week.
Good. Congratulations. Listen, progress is progress.
That's, you're right. Mm.
Going on a walk, like if your goal is to like, and I'm not saying like you, I just mean in general, like if your goal is to,
Mhm.
live a healthier life, work out, or just, increase like your movement throughout the day, getting up and walking to the front door and back is more progress than what would have been just sitting in a chair. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Like if that's what you usually do and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna walk to the mailbox today instead of driving to the mailbox or something. Because I live
Hmm.
in an apartment complex, so typically I would just go drive to the mailbox. But it's like, you know what,
Yeah.
I want more steps. I want to be a little bit healthier, more healthier than I would have been.
Hmm.
So progress is progress, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. That, and that was actually, it was really good. Like during my walk, you know, I have my headphones in and I'm just like enjoying because it's a really nice walk. It's like a lot of trees and stuff ripped to my allergies. So
Oh yeah.
a lot of like really pretty flowers and stuff on the walk, and I'm just trying
You're
not
like,
to sneeze. So
everybody's thinking like, man, this
they might think
she must really love this walk. Like,
it's a really emotional walk for me.
yeah.
Oh goodness. But yeah, it was just really nice, and my mind was just like really clear, other than listening to what I'm listening to, just having something to like keep me on the walk. And I told myself that I'd do a mile and then, you know, I'd be done. And I did. And I felt really good afterwards.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
it was good for me to be able to do that twice this week. I'm hoping, well, last week. So I'm hoping this week I'll be able to do that again. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
That's
was.
awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the? You said you walked outside. What's the weather like up there right now? I say up there. I don't know where you are. What's the weather like?
It's well, I'm in the South. I'm actually in South Carolina, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
getting hot. It is
Yeah.
getting hot. I think yesterday hit 90. Today was supposed to be like 95, and I mean it's just mid-June. You know,
Mm-hmm.
first day of summer is not even till like next week or so, or week after next,
Mm-hmm.
and it's already getting super hot. So.
My temperature thing today. Of course, I'm down in Florida, so it's
Mhm.
gonna be hot here. But it read 105 today.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
I don't know if that was real temp or if it was because my car was sitting in the sun, and I got off work around, I want to say like noon.
Oh, okay.
So
It could have been
it been cooking for a little bit, but
that.
regardless, it has been so hot. Every single customer that comes into my job is like, "It's hot." Anytime I go walk to go get ice, I'm just like, "This sucks." It's a
You
short
know
walk,
what?
but it
And
sucks.
even though that both you and I live in the South, we live in states where the temperature is hot. I will never really complain about being hot ever again after visiting Texas last year.
Oh, I've
You
never
talk
been to
about,
Texas,
oh my
so
goodness, I went to Texas in July.
uh,
And I mean, the minute that I stepped foot outside, I started breaking a sweat.
oh boy,
It was boiling. I mean, I've always heard that, you know, it's really hot down there, but whew, I experienced it.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I bet they just have a different heat than even us down here. You know.
it is different. It is definitely a different heat. Yes. I
Mm.
mean,
I don't know if I was just telling somebody how I want to go to Texas in October for a tennis tournament, and now I'm kind of like maybe I should wait till like November to go.
no. In October, it might still be warm, but I'm pretty sure it'll be much pleasant
More
than
compared to
summer.
July when you went, yeah, yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And I
that
bet
was
the was like
whew.
the humidity just like you were stepping into a sauna, I imagine too. Or is it really humid or is it crispy there?
It's it's a different heat. It's not like the heat. that we would have here, I felt like the humidity might have been like a little lower. It wasn't
Mm.
really as high as it would be like in Florida or in South Carolina. It was just a different heat. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
can't really describe it. I just know that it was a different heat.
And it was awful.
It was, whew, it was something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know what
something.
I don't know what I like more. I don't think I've experienced too much like non-humid heat. I don't know how to like word that, but like cuz in Florida it's always pretty humid. Like the humidity is
Mhm.
always like close to 100.
Right. Yeah.
And so I've always like imagined stepping into like a zero humidity but 90 something degrees would just kind of like I try to breathe and it's just like you know what I mean? Just like nothing.
Yeah, and I've had friends who visited like over in the West and that's from here or just like from a state down south, and I've heard them say that, the weather over there, it's just the heat over there is just different. It's a different heat.
Mhm.
It's not as humid as it would be here. So I would actually like to experience that to see like the differences.
Yeah, I'd like to know
Like,
so I know where I
mhm.
need to be. It's like, well, I want it to be sunny, but not like this. So like, no, I really miss Maine. I miss the cold. I'm tired of the heat. It's too hot here.
And I've never really experienced like a cold cold until I went to Chicago last year in
Oh,
January.
uh-huh.
And I mean, I was standing outside in like weather that was like in the teens,
Mm-hmm.
seeing little snow flurries like pass by my face. I was like, yeah, see, this is something we don't get in the South. So
You don't get it really doesn't get that cold in South Carolina, really?
it gets it's cold here, but not like it would
Not
be
like
like
that.
northern or yeah, or like
Yeah,
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 in states
I
like
get that.
that. It's really described as like a mild winter is how they describe the winters here.
Okay.
Very mild.
I grew up in Virginia, and I would say yeah, it's and because that's pretty close to South Carolina. I would say yeah,
Mhm.
mild winter. Like
Yeah.
winters were never tough, you know.
No.
Like
No.
even if we got snow, it was like yay, we got snow. Oh,
Yeah.
glad we got it this year, kind of thing.
We get snow and the whole town would just shut down for like a day and a half because, that's not what they're used to. But
Hmm.
that's how it's like. No, we do get ice, and the ice can get pretty bad here because,
Especially through the mountains. That's
hmm
scary. I don't know if you got the
yeah.
mountains where you are, but the
No,
ice
not
in
here,
mountains
but
is not fun.
I can
Ice in
imagine.
general is not fun, but
In general. Yeah, because even though the winters are mild, it does rain quite a bit in the wintertime.
freezing
So
rain.
it gets iced. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not good, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I think my coldest day I experienced was in Maine. It was just one day, and the rest were still cold, but the coldest one was -13,
Whew,
and that was without wind chill. I think
whew.
wind chill made it feel like -30. Uh, I could.
That's cold.
It's just a little bit. But I liked it for the 1 minute that I was, outside to run to grab something. But I really miss it. I actually really like because I listen. I can only layer down so much, but
Hmm.
when it's cold, I can layer up as much as I want to. Walking like the abominable snowman just because of how many jackets I have on. But
Right.
but down here it's like oh, I'm at the park. I'm gonna take my shirt off. That's as far as I can go. Like you know.
Right, right. Yeah.
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 Sorry, I kind of sidetracked you from your list. I
No, no, no.
apologize. Yeah.
I don't even know how we got on that, but it's all
I
good.
think I asked what the weather was like where you were.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. No, no, no. It's all good. But that's one of the one of my, like you said, highlight. That would probably be my highlight for the week. Just being able to, push myself to do something that, I
Yeah.
haven't really done in a long time.
Hmm.
Um, I guess the second thing for me would be, well, I don't really know, but I started crocheting like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what I've been doing a lot, like every day. I get home, I crochet. On my lunch break, I'm crocheting. During the
Is
weekend,
that
I'm
why? Is that I'm now noticing the background now that you say that? Is
crocheting.
that why the background is?
I felt like this background just represented me in this time.
Yeah.
But I actually completed I completed a couple projects since I started, but one of the projects that I've been trying to, this probably would sound really funny, but I've been trying to do a successful like granny square, which is just a design, it's a crochet design that you could do,
Isn't
and
it like
I've
the it's like the different colored patches that are
kind of sort of you can
yeah,
have some with flowers in it, or some people do hearts or things like that.
I'm gonna look that up real
And
quick. Granny
I've been trying
square.
to look it up.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
been
just
trying to
curious.
do one ever since I started crocheting, and it's been like
Ah,
I
I see.
yeah, it hadn't been. So I successfully found a pattern, and I made one, and I was so
Nice.
happy. I was so happy
Yeah,
about it.
you'll have to put pictures in your Discord if you haven't already.
I will. And actually, I'm working on a project right now, and once it's completed, I will. I'll post some pictures. So
Yeah, I'm curious.
yeah, that made me happy.
No, that's awesome. I think finding a little hobby like that's awesome, especially crochet.
Oh,
I That's a skill that like sewing and everything. That's a skill I don't have. If I get a little tear in my shirt, I'm like, this is the end of the world for me. Like it.
oh, but it's not. I used to sew way back in the day, and I kind of got out of it as I started like just doing other little things, and um, I needed to find a hobby or just something to help clear my mind,
Mhm.
just to help, something that was a little therapeutic. And um, I have to blame it on TikTok and say TikTok made me do it. Somehow I ended
TikTok
up,
made me do it.
yeah, TikTok made me do it because somehow I ended up in on a crocheters. I got it like in my feed, and I'm like, huh, never thought about crocheting. And I mean, I've always sewed, like I've sewed probably since I've been younger, watching my grandmother who used to sew all the time.
Hmm.
Um, and I've done it as I got older, and I just kind of got away from it. But I always loved hand sewing. So I'm like, why don't I try crocheting? And I did. Went and bought a whole bunch of yarn, a whole bunch of hooks, and all this stuff. And I just
Uh-huh.
found tutorials and started doing it. So I love it. It's one of my
Nice.
favorite things to do now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my grandma. Not to not to compare you to a grandma, but my
No,
grandma
no.
loves crocheting, and
Yeah.
a lot of her like birthday and Christmas gifts since I was a tot was always like crocheted stuff. I remember she made the coolest thing crocheted. She made me like a video game holder. She got like two.
Ooh.
It was like two metal L's, or no, I guess it would have been like upside down T's, kind of, that like slid into each other so it could like expand or close and expand. And she like
Mm-hmm.
crocheted because I was playing football at the time in school, and she crocheted like a football pattern onto like each side, like it was like a wall, and she kind of like slid it over like that. I'm describing this terribly, but it was she crocheted me a football themed video game holder, and it was it was like the coolest gift at the time. I was like, this is like, usually I feel like crocheted gifts, I'm kind of like thanks for the blanket, but but this was dope, especially because it had to do with video games.
That's really cool. That's so cool. And I'm sure like it's just another one of the things in the world that just has evolved over time. But now that I've gotten into that world and I find all these videos and stuff are just the most amazing things that these people make
Hmm.
just with some yarn and a hook. It's like your creativity is just it's mind blowing. I've seen some things I'm like, I probably will never get to that point, but wow.
I do
It's
love, yeah. I like the creates, like seeing like just like also like the practical uses that people come up
mhm.
with that stuff. Like not only like the really cool and awesome designs, but then just like I would have never thought to like use, make something out of yarn and then use it for that. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
pot holders and stuff like that. Like the hanging pot holders. I've seen people do that completely out of crochet.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
it's usually it's not a heavy pot, of course, but they just use it for like small plants. But even then, that's so cool, and I would have never thought about that.
Me either. Would have never either. So,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
really cool. It's so many different things you can do with crocheting, and it's like it's becoming my favorite thing. So I'm gonna start making tons of bags and sweaters and blankets.
It's there's gonna be everybody's gifts for now on.
Yep, everybody's gifts.
You don't.
You know, I have friends that, you know, are gonna be having kids soon. I was like, oh really?
I know
Oh,
exactly what to get them.
I already know what to do with them.
And then instead of worrying about what gifts you gotta buy, you just gotta worry about what color yarn you gotta get. You know, like,
Exactly. And
do
you
you?
know, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was no, you go, you go. I'll ask
I was
after.
gonna say it's you know it's very time consuming and you know you put a lot of thought and effort into it, so it makes it more rewarding once it's
Hmm.
complete. And you know, anybody that loves like anything handmade, you know, because I do, I actually really love handmade gifts or items or stuff like that. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to ask, have you made like a clothing piece yet?
I've
Crocheting?
made well, nothing like a sweater or anything, but I've made two hats.
Okay.
Two like little cute little ruffle hats. I said I'd probably wear one on my birthday. One of them be my birthday hat, and
Yeah.
and
You
I'm
made
at,
your own birthday hat. I like
I made my own birthday
that.
hat. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm in the process right now of making a tote bag. So
Okay.
my next project will be a sweater. That just it takes a lot of time to put all that stuff together. So I'm trying to get the bag out of the way first, and then once that's done, then I can focus on the sweater. But I'll
Well,
probably pick up like two or three projects during that time too. So
yeah. Well, when the HoneyBee Etsy shop drops, you'll have to let me know.
oh, sure thing, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I need some new like book totes. So
Oh, that sounds awesome. I've actually been looking at some book covers. The little book covers I've seen people make, and you just can slide your book inside of it. They're so cool.
like a almost like a book bag. And then
Yeah.
I in my head I'm like,
No, no, not really a book bag, but it's like I guess they call it like a book cover. It almost reminds me of like a big envelope, and then you slide your book inside, and then you can close it. You can like either snap it on if you want to put a snap on
oh,
it, or you can
oh my
tie
god.
it.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're
Yes,
saying now. Okay,
I've
okay,
seen those. I'm
yeah,
like, I think I might make some of those too, because I'm a reader. You know, I like to have
yeah.
my books and stuff with me. So yeah,
That sounds really good.
lots of cool
Yeah,
things.
that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Well, heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But other than that, that's probably the only two I have for.
Those turned out to be really good. I don't know what you were talking about.
Oh.
No, those were great. Here, what time do we got? So, we're about an hour in. No, those are awesome.
Okay.
So that's it. That's it for you though for your highlights. Heck
Yep,
yeah.
those
No,
those okay.
those were great. Those are great. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So, if we have time, I don't know if you're on a time crunch or not. Uh, it might. Well, just because I want to hit your article. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm curious what your article is. I definitely want to make sure we can get to yours. Mine's really quick. If you'd like me to hit mine up first, I won't spend too much time on it, or I'll try not to. If you
Um,
want.
it doesn't matter. Any however you want to do it. I'm
Okay.
cool with it.
I just don't want to keep you here longer
No, 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 it's
than you
fine.
should be. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. So I'll do my article first, and then we'll do yours up because mine will be really quick. So this is from, it's right on the nose, but it's from the positive dot news.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's actually a grill if you're looking for like again positive news stories, really great website. And they have like tons of different sections. It's always updated, and they have a really deep catalog. So yeah. But the headline reads, um, 5 ways to bring more awe into your life. And
Oh.
yeah, I'm not gonna deep dive into the descriptions, but I will hit like the 5 topics and just talk about them really quick that they do
Okay.
mention. But yeah, it's just helping you almost like it's just or at least it's talking about how to like almost slow things down in your life and let yourself kind of take in more, and how to turn what they worded it perfectly, and I'm now forgetting it, but it's like how to turn like I guess like what would be considered commonplace into something
Mm-hmm.
extraordinary to
Cool.
you, like it's something as simple as like your bedroom. um
Nice.
and just yeah, and finding awe in just like some of the smaller things. And so number one is embracing nature, which you are already on, you know, with the allergies and everything on your walk,
Yes,
but you're really embracing it.
that's right. As long as I got my Flonase, I'm good.
Uh-huh. Oh man, but yeah, so embracing nature is one of them. And it's just it says looking for the tiny miracles that surround our world,
Mm.
which I think is really cute. And um, number two is notice the small things, which is something that I've always that's honestly where like the basis of the show, like or at least the basis of this show came from. Uh, was I wanted to try to highlight more of the smaller positive things that go on that you typically may not have really thought to really look at. I feel like
Mhm.
recently I've actually been kind of slacking and taking some more of like the bigger stuff, but you know, a good thing is a good thing, so it's fine. But uh, just like even just like a random stranger on the street waving hi at you and
Yeah.
whatnot. And on here, it says like noticing the smell of your spices while
Oh.
you're cooking, and really taking a moment to kind of be like, this is great. Because you know sometimes while you're cooking you might just be like, oh, you know, this is what paprika smells like, blah blah blah, you know.
Yeah.
So that's number two. Number three is escaping your comfort zone. uh and what was neat is it kind of deep dived into how putting yourself in unfamiliar situations of course gets your brain working a lot more, which helps slow down your perception of time because you're having to process a lot more information. And so just opening up yourself to new experiences like that is yeah, just getting out of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
making your brain work a little bit, whether and it doesn't, and a lot of people think like, oh, getting out of my comfort zone as in like going out and talking to people or something, but what does that mean to an extrovert? Like an extra that, you know, their comfort zone is going out, so it just means like for
Right,
you
right.
your comfort zone might have been like crocheting, like you know, like you maybe you wouldn't have typically picked up a hobby or something like that, you know, it's just doing anything you wouldn't typically find yourself doing, you know.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be because anytime I say that, like get out of your comfort zone, everybody's always like, I don't want to talk to people. It's like it doesn't have to be that. Like even a solo walk is better than, you know, doing nothing at all. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then number four, which I think we could all probably use as I'm talking to you on the internet, is going analog. When you can. Something that I've
Yeah.
actually been trying to practice a lot more is like when I go out to eat, is I put my phone face down. And this is like alone or with people. I try to put my phone face down, so I'm just like not worrying about the phone at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I read that, I kind of connected with that a little bit, just trying to limit not only screen time but just the influence of our devices that we have, because I spend a lot of time whether it's here on the computer or on my phone. So cutting corners on that where you can.
Oh yeah. I like that.
Yeah. And then the very last one is savor the moment. Uh
Mm.
and it's basically, you know, and I think again a lot of people are really quick to when something neat, something beautiful, something lovely is happening, you're like, oh, let me take out my phone and take a picture of this or film it or whatever. Uh, and it's just kind of letting that moment be for you instead of having to like, oh, like, oh, that look at those dolphins, let me try to get out my phone and zoom in, and then you kind of just miss like the tail end of it. It's more of just like just being a little more mindful about like situations where you think you like, oh, let me take a photo of this, and just kind of taking it in instead, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
uh
That's
yeah.
actually something that I try to practice a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like just enjoying the moment, like being there. I remember when I went to a concert a few years ago, and this was like it was a huge deal to
Mm-hmm.
be at that concert in that time. Um, and instead of like just taking my phone out and, just trying to get as many zoomed in shots as I could, of the guys on stage, I actually did not, I might have used my phone maybe once, but
Nice.
I actually kept my phone away and I engaged myself because I wanted to enjoy the concert and being there and being around, everyone instead of just, just trying to get like the best shots of them when they're singing or stuff like that. So,
Yeah, or it's like let me get the whole song recorded so I could, like no, that's
right,
awesome.
trying to video the whole performance. So yeah, I actually, yeah, that's something that I try to do instead of taking a bunch of pictures of things. I was like, I want it to be here.
And in here, my
Yeah,
heart.
and then so I can live here. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually something that I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely made that. I've only been to two or three concerts in my life. It's been to the same person. It's been to that Noah Khan artist I was
Mm-hmm.
telling you about. And
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say I made that mistake the first time I went to his concert because I do look back on like those videos a lot and those pictures.
Hmm.
But the second time that I went to go see him, I think I videotaped. I took like three pictures and videotaped one song, and it's my favorite song.
Yeah.
But then the rest, I just let that kind of be for me. And I do think like one of the like the most like I don't want to say I would say happiest moments of my life, but also like one of the most thrilling moments of my life was being we were at the very front on the rail right next to the stage and everybody just stomping to the song and
Hmm.
feeling the whole concert hall just move to the beat and like and I specifically remember like watching his foot tap just lightly on the stage but the
Oh
whole
man.
venue was rocking to his
Yes.
music
That is
and
awesome.
it was so every time I think about it it makes me so happy
See? Yeah, and that's one of those things.
hmm
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Yeah, I haven't been to many concerts either. That actually that might I won't say it might have been my first big concert because I've gone to see an artist like at a small venue like the House of Blues or something. But
hmm
um, when I was in New York, this was back in 2018, my best friend and we actually saw BTS at Citi Field.
uh-huh
And
yeah
that was at that time that was huge because they'd never really had a stadium concert in the States like that.
oh wow
So that was their first ever, so it was history making.
uh-huh
um and I was just there enjoying the moment. Like I didn't want to do a lot of video, I didn't want to take a lot of pictures. It's like because I was like, no, I want to make sure I want to watch everything so I don't miss anything.
exactly yeah
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty, that was huge.
that sounds like it would be awesome. Like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm a huge BTS fan just because I know like the two big songs that they came out with, and
Hmm.
maybe one to be honest. I think, uh, but I bet that just being there, yeah, would have been really awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was really cool. So whenever you were telling your story about how you guys were like, um, moving to the music, the beats, the song of the
hmm
singer that you enjoy. There was a song that they perform, and of course they're a Korean pop group, so a lot of their songs are sung in Korean. Whenever they sung this particular song, one of the guys, he stopped singing and he just, held his mic out to the crowd. And to hear all of these, like, you know, American, you know, all of these American fans singing this song, in Korean and just not missing a beat. It's just something about seeing like the look on his face. It was just like phenomenal. And it's
hmm
phenomenal to hear all of us just together singing the lyrics of this song, that that's huge. And that's like it's one of those things where you can't I mean you can film that, but it's like live in
you
that
don't get that
moment.
feeling
Living in
through
it.
the camera.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like that's amazing. So
hmm
I love that. I love that as one of the things on the list. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can relate to that.
I could go on forever about that. Like I
I know.
remember, this I'll end my part on this at least. Is I remember with Noah, the last concert that I went to, he had just dropped his new album, the day, no, the night of the concert. So like the day
Hmm.
that his concert was the day that he dropped the new album, and he got like really emotional because he's like, I've been on like 4 or 5 shows on this tour so far, and everybody's just kind of like mumbling the words because they don't know the words yet because I haven't released the music but he was like it's only been like 6 hours and you guys seem to know everything word for word, and he was like, this is like a lot for me right now.
Man, that is so awesome. I love things like that. I love that.
Yeah.
Love it. You're gonna have to send me a message of this artist so I can listen to him.
Okay, I will.
Yes.
I will definitely do so.
Yes,
Uh,
please do.
yeah. Do you have time to share your article?
Yeah, so my article is actually I chose this article because it's like, I first of all, I don't like to watch the news. And I
Me neither.
always
Me neither.
and I always talk about how it's like, why can't we ever hear about something good, somebody doing something good for their community? So this article actually comes from a website called sunnyskies.com, and it's skies, SKYZ, and it's a website that just has, a lot of positive influence, um, news, things that people have done all over the world. Well, I guess I could say all over the world. It was like in different areas, but this one is actually about. So there was a fifth grader in Missouri that raised over $7,000 to erase their his school's meal debt.
I think I saw like a
Did
just
you see
scrolling
that?
past an article about that. Yeah.
He was 11 years old, and I'll give you the link or whatever. He was 11 years old, and he successfully raised $7,370 to pay off the meal debt at his school.
That's
Um,
awesome.
it said that he was concerned about his peers, so like his classmates or other, his schoolmates who owed money for the school. And he posted a video challenging friends and family and everyone to, help him raise money to erase the debt. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
So all of the money that he raised, it went to everyone who, let me see, how did they say it? It went towards anyone that, paid like any sort of like reduced meal or full meal prices for their lunch, took care of all of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's actually really cool.
that was really neat. And I'm thinking like at 11 years old, I don't think that I was
Doing
even in a
something like
mindset like that, you know?
no, no.
No.
I was in terms of like a in a giving sense. That wouldn't even like that wouldn't even yeah no that's incredible that
That is incredible. And that just, I'm like, see, these are the things that we need to hear about more often, because it's so easy to focus on all of the horrible things that go on. But look at a kid, you know, that was concerned about, others as well as himself, and he did something about it. And
hmm
he got family and friends involved, and he did this huge thing for this small school, in Missouri. So I thought that was great. I thought that was
yeah.
amazing. So I'm like, I need to start looking at things, articles, finding articles like this more often, because I like to hear about things like that. I've
Yeah.
always loved to hear about anyone that just gives back like that. So
It's
that was my
really
art.
yeah no that's very it's very inspiring, and I do wish that the media would like and I want to say like mainstream media would
Yes.
highlight more things like that. I wish I wish it was more of like a 70-30 split with positive news. Like more would be better, but
Uh,
it's not even. I don't even want to say it's like 1090 in terms of good news, to be honest. And but like, you got to think about like if all like a bunch of kids or just anybody hearing a story like that. Imagine like the inspiration that could create and have that could literally like start a movement. To be honest,
it could.
because school lunches, it's not just that school's problem. That's like a big national thing. Is
It
a lot of
is.
kids. When I was in
It
school, I owed a lot of money
is.
for my lunches because we just weren't in a spot to afford school lunches at the time. Um, so
Same, same. Yeah, that was a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal for him. Well, for him and for the school. So I just thought that was amazing. And I think it just touched me more because, I was a kid that had to pay for,
mhm.
like a reduced price for every year that I was in school, from kindergarten on up to probably when I was in 10th or 11th grade.
Mhm.
So it's like every year that I've been in school, I've always had to pay. So I'm like, this is amazing. I won't. other kids, or I hope other kids would see something like this and be like, maybe we should try something like that, just like you
Yeah.
said, start a movement. Um, but yeah, I thought that was very sweet and just awesome.
Hmm.
That's just awesome.
No, that is
So,
awesome. That is, thank you for sharing that.
oh, you're welcome. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing yours. That was really cool. Please send me a link to yours so I could.
I will. I
That's,
will. I'll send it to you personally before I put it in the Discord.
oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Again,
having me.
of course I told you like I was really excited when you said yes, because when I think about you and like when I watch your streams, it's
Hmm.
literally just like it's just such a you have such like a calming aura,
Oh,
and that comes through on your streams. So it's so nice because like I probably myself, like my streams are probably like this, where it's like when you're tuning in it's just chaos and
no,
like I
it's not.
like I end up angry on my streams a lot because of the game. I'm always playing competitive stuff, and with yours it's just nice and relaxing and calming. And it's sure you're playing Diablo, which isn't the most relaxing game, but even then you manage to stay like really calm and peaceful and so.
It's so funny that you said that because I actually heard that from someone else too. They literally said the same thing that you just said. It's like even when you're playing Diablo, you still manage to just have a chill vibe. I was like, how do you
Yeah.
do? I don't know. I'm just chill.
Yeah, like my image of you is just like there's like an earthquake going on and you're just chilling, walking through it, listening to some music, like that's
Probably.
yeah, that's what your streams are like. Like you could be playing anything and it's just still just it's a vibe.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I just try to be chill. Just
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. It's always loud and it's always something going on. It'd be nice to just get come to a place to where you can just relax.
Hmm. I
Just
think
do
that's
what you like
something
doing
a
and just
lot of
relax.
people should
Hmm.
try to do more, is just relax.
Just
uh, but yeah, B, thank you so much for coming on.
oh,
Where can people find you if they'd like to see more of you?
well, whenever I get a chance to stream,
Yeah.
I am on Twitch. My name on Twitch is HoneyBee19 with an underscore. Um, so I'm on there streaming sometimes Disney Dreamlight Valley or sometimes Diablo, no Fortnite, like we were saying before. But
Hmm.
yeah, if you ever want to check out my stream, that's where I am. So
And y'all should definitely do that. She is wonderful.
thank
Especially
you.
if you watch a lot of streams that stress you out, you should watch Honeybees.
Come, we just love to laugh and we laugh, we chill and say funny things and we play some chill vibe music. Love lo-fi, so you'll
Oh
probably hear a
yeah,
lot of lo-fi
I love
in
the
my
lo-fi. Yeah.
in my stream. So yeah, it's just a cool place. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I hate that I don't get to like watch you as much, but it is always a treat that like when I'm just like because I always pull up Twitch. That's Twitch. Pulling up Twitch is one of my first things I do on the day, and
Yes.
so whenever I see that you're live, I'm just like yes, and I usually end up just lurking, but I try to like use like one of your like one of your channel point things like that kind of like play a sound. I try to do that just to let you know that I'm there. I don't always
Please
get
do,
to,
and
but
I
I'm usually in
appreciate
your
it.
stream lurking at least,
I'm a big
even if I don't
lurker.
announce it. So.
It's all good. I lurk a lot too. Whenever I see you on. So no, it's all good. I appreciate you for coming in.
Of course. Uh,
And I
but yeah,
appreciate you for having me here.
of course. It was such a treat having you on. So it was wonderful. But yeah, everybody, this has been the pleasantly positive show. Again, go follow Honeybee at honeybee19 underscore on Twitch if you'd like to see more of her. I have been Savvy Savian. That is literally the username if you want to find me on just about anything. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review on your listening platform of choice. This has something to do. It helps Al Gore with his rhythms, um, algorithms. uh,
Yeah,
but yeah. Um,
it's a good
Thank you
one.
so much, everybody. Don't forget we are live every Sunday. At least I try to be. Sometimes I miss it because I can't get a guest on, or I get sick, or I get busy. But the show is live every Sunday, and then later posted on, Spotify, Apple Podcast, anywhere. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much, And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.